Introducing our next speaker for this afternoon, his 10-year work experience in the online industry, which spans across web design and development, copywriting, creative writing, blogging, search engine marketing, web analytics, third-party tracking and campaign management tools, mobile advertising, and display advertising.
So without further ado, from Google Philippines, put your hands together for Mr. Jose Emmanuel Cellan.
I am very honored, very lucky to be here speaking to you about Google, about our products, and how we can help you reach several audiences across the Philippines. So today I'm going to talk about Micromoments and about YouTube. So my topic about YouTube is more about creating different content, the type of content that would resonate to your audiences, okay? All right, so first things first, I'd like you to get to know me a little bit better, okay? So before I start with the talk, I'd like everyone to please stand up. And yeah, so we're gonna play a little game. So instead of me telling you everything about myself, right? You're also gonna tell me something about yourself, okay? So how this will happen is that I'll give you a fact about myself, and if you share the same fact, we will also hello? Okay, we will also sit down, okay? All right, so I studied computer science. So everyone who studied a technical course, you can sit down now. Oh, not that. Okay, awesome. All right, so from the picture there, I have a 2-year-old daughter. So she's my life. She has so much energy. So anyone here who has kids, you can sit down. Okay. All right. Next fact about me. Did you guys know I'm an ex-seminarian, right? I studied in Our Lady of Guadalupe Minor Seminary. So everyone here who's an ex-seminarian, you can sit down. Okay. All right. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hit a lot of people here. So I love to be connected. I love to always be online. So I have a smartphone. So everyone who has a smartphone, sit down. See? Perfect. Okay, so there are still people standing up. All right. Okay, I'm pretty sure I can hit you now. So I have a Facebook account. Everyone who has a Facebook account, I'm sure you guys have. Okay. Awesome. So a little bit more serious about me. So I'm an analytical lead. I'm based here in the Philippines. So what does an analytical lead do? Right, so day-to-day job includes looking at client data. I generate insights for our clients. I look after those. I look after user behavior. So that's one of my specialties. And I'm very focused on performance-driven clients. So when I say performance-driven clients, those are clients that measure conversions. So a conversion can be a sale. It could be a lead generated from the site. It can be any goal that you determine for your websites or your mobile apps, right? And I'm a Google Analytics expert and evangelist. So measurement is something that I advocate. It's something that I sort of preach to my clients. So I make sure that they that in any website that they launch, they have Google Analytics or any other tracking software that enables them to learn more about the behavior of the people who visit their sites, right? So I have an agency and a client-side experience. I worked in a media agency before for at least a little over 3 years, and I also have I also have client-side experience. So I'm not sure if you guys know about the website. It's wego.com. So I used to work there, and I ran all our online marketing campaigns. So every digital marketing campaign from WeGo, so I ran that for a couple of months. Okay. All right. So let's start with the micro moments, and what better way to explain it with a video? So let's play the video. Sorry, can we go back to the first slide? There. Sorry. There you go. Just play the video. Thank you.
Did you hear a clicking or a grinding sound when you turn the key?
Okay, so micro moments, right? What are micro moments? So those are moments that actually matter. So every one of us, we all have those micro moments, right? We check our phone, we want to find out where is the nearest gas station, for example. Like, there are those moments that that are very important to us, and those are those are moments where emotions are also resonated, right? So how many times do you think people open their phones? Right? How many times in a given day? So you can see it there. In a recent study, 150 times per day, we look at our phones. We check time. We check our text messages. We update our social networks. So all those moments, right? 150 different times in a given day, we check our phones. Okay? So in the next slide, you'll see the different moments that happen. At least for me, like in the morning, I check out the news. Before I go to work, I look at Waze. And then I text my wife that I'm already at work, just so she won't get worried. And then I answer a lot of client calls. So those are the different moments for me when I'm at work. That's my typical day. And do you know that if I get interrupted during those moments, what do I do when an advertiser shows up? I just swipe those ads, right? I turn it off. So, but when it comes to micro moments, this is where most of the magic happens. And that's where advertisers make a lot of money, right? By showing people the most relevant ads, the most relevant messages every time they need something. So if you look at the micro moments here, right? find brunch place at around 7:15 a.m. So if you're not there, when people are looking for a good brunch place, then chances are your audiences would go somewhere else, right? Okay, so in the next slide, these are the different moments in a typical moments in a person's life. So there are I want to watch what I'm into moments. So every one of us, right? We all have different passions. There are people who like to cook. There are people who watch sports, watch a lot of music, dance videos, and all that. So do you know that around almost 7 in 10 people in the Philippines, they watch videos online because they want to get entertained, right? They want to be inspired. They want to be entertained. So that's why they watch videos. And then there are I want to know moments where people actually search and find out more about specific products, different topics. Maybe they heard something in the news and then they go ahead and search, right? And then there's the I want to go moments. So like for myself, right? I try to before coming here, I did a search of where the best route to take, because I'm coming from Pasig, right? So I did a search and then I got results from Google Maps, and then I just followed it, and yeah. So that's the I want to go moment. I want to do moments. I'm pretty sure a lot of us know about the movie Frozen, right? Everyone knows Frozen. So do you know that after that movie was shown, the searches for how to make Queen Elsa's hair was through the roof, right? Everyone wanted to do that hairstyle. Okay? So that's the I want to do moment. And then, of course, there's the I want to buy moments that businesses and advertisers love. So those are the times when people search for their products, when people start looking for their products, getting more information about their products. So they look for it online. Okay? So in the next slide, I will show you how to succeed in a micro-moment world. Right? So there are 4 tips. So one is to be there. The next is to be useful, be quick, and to always connect the dots. So 4 things, right? So first is be there. Okay? To be there, right, you want to be able to always be present, like 24/7, you want to be online. And showing up, it helps get your brand out there, right? Every time people start searching for you. Okay? So, you know, there not a lot of Filipinos, and not a lot of consumers for that matter, are very brand specific. So they don't really advocate brand that much. They would actually move to a different website, for example, if a particular site is not ready for smartphones. So if it's not ready for smartphones, I'm sure you all know what you're going to do is you're going to close it, or you're going to do another search. You'll find a different website. A lot of people will not really wait, right, for a site to load. Okay? All right, so the main action here is always try to identify the moments that matter to your audiences. So I picked some questions, some social questions that I've seen within our internal system. And Filipinos really search for these terms, right? So these are some of the questions that they ask our search engine, okay? So are you ready to show an answer for that, right? So in the next couple of slides, okay, in the next slide, are you able to answer all of their questions? Are you able to show your message to these people? So here's an example. In the next slide, I tried to search for I want to commit suicide. So I'm not sure if everyone can see it, but I'll read the first ad that I saw, right? It says, "Do you want to die? We want to help you." So this is coming from, what's the site? All right, it's coming from experiencehighlife.com. So it's very relevant to my search, right? It's like very personal. It's talking to me, right? So, and if you look at the other search results, right, it doesn't really tell me what to do. So the first result is a really good message that would resonate to me. Okay? So in the next slide, these are the different questions that you should ask yourself if you are ready to be there when people need you, right? So the first question is, do you know what your audience needs? So always do a research. Try to find out who your target audience are. So there are tools online. There are tools in Google that can help you with that. And then the next question is always do a quick search about the questions that they ask. All right? Do a quick search. Try to put yourself in their shoes. Go to Google, do a search, and do you like the answers that advertisers have right there? Right? And if you don't, are you ready to provide that answer for them? Okay? And next is, so do you have the answer to their questions? If yes, then you should be out there. If not, then you should start preparing for it. Okay? So moving on to the next tip, it's always be useful. All right? So not many consumers, so actually a lot of consumers, they believe that usefulness of information, so 73% of them believe that usefulness of information is the most important thing for them when they visit a brand, when they visit a site. And 1 in 2, they would actually move to a different, they actually purchased something else because the information was made ready for them. And because the other brand actually gave them a better proposition, gave them more useful information, right? Okay, so just an example, there's an I want to buy moment. Do you know that around 6 in 10 people, they actually buy from companies whose mobile apps or sites allow them to make their purchase very easily. So it's not always about winning the click. It's about user experience. It's about making things easy for the people that you're targeting, right? Okay, so just some of the key questions that you want to ask yourself, right? So what are the consumers, what are the different categories or products or services that they want to learn more about, right? So are you helping them find those products by targeting different locations? Are you very specific for them? And do you have any how-to contents? So if they start searching for how to do a particular product or how to do a particular service, are you there, right? And then, where are they buying your products? Are they looking at the products online and then buying offline? Are you getting a lot of traffic from people who search for your products? So those are just some of the questions that you want to ask yourself, right? The next one is to be quick. So like really lightning quick. All right, because if speed thrills, friction kills. So what do I mean by that? Did you know that 40% of customers, they actually move out of a site or close the site if it did not load within the first 3 seconds. 3 seconds, right? So you only have that much time to load, right? And then a lot of them also immediately switch to a different website or close the app, switch to a different app if it has a lot of bugs or if it doesn't work properly. And the worst part of it is, especially for an advertiser, they don't really want to lose customers, right? So 1 in 5 of dissatisfied visitors, so everyone who wasn't satisfied with what they saw, they will never come back to the site. Okay? So that's 20% of your potential customers or your potential visitors who did not really enjoy the user experience. Okay? So the first thing that so a lot of my clients, they have forms within their sites. So in desktops, it should be easy to fill out, even if it's like 7 different steps. But when it comes to a mobile phone, right? Who types like so much information using their phone? It's it's very hard, right? It's very hard to fill up long forms when you're on your phone. So always try to eliminate those steps, okay? Like maybe 3 or 4 lines will do. You get the name, you get the phone number, you get the email, and then you can call them up, right, to follow up. So that's the best way to do it, right? So the next step is to always anticipate their needs. Always be there, always be ready to show your service to your clients. So, for example, take advantage of the GPS capabilities. So, I had one experience with a classifieds client of mine. They have an app, right? But so when I tried the app, the GPS for some reason said that I was in Mandaluyong, but I was in Makati. So the results that I've been getting are just not right. So always make sure that that you take advantage of GPS capabilities and of the different technology that mobile apps can do. Okay. And the next and the last tip is to load like lightning. So we have tools in Google. So if you just search for mobile friendly, so the first result there is our mobile friendly test. So what it does is that it evaluates the website if it's mobile friendly, and then it gives you different things that you should do to improve your website on mobile. Okay. All right. So key questions that you want to ask yourself. What is the key action that you want users to take on your mobile site? So it's very important to define the goals that you want to achieve for your site. Okay? And then next is, what are the functions on your site that are really essential for your customers? If it's essential, keep it. If it's not, take it out, right? And then what do you really know about your customers that can help you with their needs? Okay? Do you know that your particular customer is in a specific geographic location? So if they are, then make sure that the results are always relevant for them. Okay? And then lastly, how long does your site load? Right? Does it load fast? So use our tools that are available online. They're free to use. So it's called Mobile Friendly Test, and then we also have the Page Speed Insights. So those 2 tools you could use. Okay? All right, and then the last part for Micromoments is to connect the dots. So I am an advocate of measurement. So I want to make sure that that every website, every site is being tracked, because this allows you to find out more about your audiences. What is it that they don't like? What parts of your site is it that they don't like? And it helps you provide a better service for your customers. Okay. All right. So Micromoments, they are very fragmented. So people, Filipinos in general, we have 2 to 3 different devices. It's a very multi-screen country. So a lot of us have phones, and we also a lot of us have 2 phones, and then we also have tablets. We also have laptops, and that's just the way it is. It's a multi-screen world. So make sure that you are tracking across screens, and then you know that digital actually drives people to visit stores, to visit centers. So people search online. So we have studies wherein people do their searches online, and then they do their purchase offline. Okay? And based on the study that was done here, 87% actually of the consumers research before they enter a particular store. So that's a big number. So you have to make sure that you're always present online. Okay? So the first tip is, in the next slide, measure across the screens. So I've mentioned it's a multi-device behavior. Google Analytics, so take note of the tool. It's a free tool. I love it. I use it every day. So Google Analytics is able to track across different devices. It's also able to track phone calls. So you could set the tracking tool to track phone calls, right, to your site. Okay? And then always measure if you have app installs enabled, if you want people to install your app, always make sure that you measure how many people install the app. And actually with Google Analytics, you can track even more than that. You could find out what they're doing on the app. You could find out what it is that how many active users there are in 7 days, 14 days, 28 days. So it's really very powerful if you know more about your audience and how they interact with your assets. Okay. So next is measure across different channels. So when we talk about channels in the Google lingo, we talk about direct channels. So those are the people who visit your website directly. We talk about organic search. So when you do a search and then you find a listing that is not an ad, that's an organic search. So with Google Analytics can track different channels that drive traffic to your website. Okay, so always make sure that you measure across those different channels. And the next slide will be the key questions that you want to ask yourself. Okay, so the first one is, are you just measuring clicks, or are you really, really measuring what people are doing on your site? Always go beyond the clicks. Always go beyond the clicks. Right? And then the next question is, are you also accounting for all types of mobile-driven conversions? So when I say mobile-driven conversions, did it start from a mobile? Are you able to say that a particular action on your site started from mobile? Right? So I have a checklist, but the key thing here is to always be there, be useful, be quick, and always measure and connect the dots, right? So that's it for Micromoments, and then I will jump straight to the next topic, which is creating YouTube content and the best practices in creating YouTube content. See, it's very interesting. I have several videos that I'd like to share. So these are samples of the really good videos out there and how they're able to capture their audiences. Okay. All right, but I'm gonna start with some YouTube video stats here in the Philippines. So every stat that you'll see here is very centered to Filipinos, right? So Filipinos are mobile viewers. So 70% of Filipinos consume online video using their smartphones. Okay, so it's very important to know that people are on the go, and they love videos. So if you want to talk to Filipinos, if you want to send your message out there, a good medium would be through a video. Okay, and then 90% of the consumers are actually watching online videos at home. Right? So 90% of them are actually at home. Maybe because the internet is a lot faster, maybe. Or maybe it's also because they're more comfortable when they're at home. And there was a study that we did wherein we found out that a lot of Filipinos actually watch videos while they're watching TV, right? So I'm pretty sure a lot of you share the same thing. I do that. So especially when I watch sports. So when I watch sports, there's always someone who uploads replays or the best plays like immediately, like even if the game is still running, right? And then 5 out of 10 actually watch online videos alone. So it's very personal, and it's a one-to-one conversation between the content creator and the person who's watching the video, right? So the next stat is just to show you why Filipinos are watching videos online. So 1 out of 3, they want to find out more out of the different products that they're looking at, but majority of the watch time is actually to be entertained and to relax, right? Okay, so tomorrow's TV is actually online. So 58% of the users are watching online videos every week. So they're very active. They're actively watching videos. And the typical content that they watch, so 55% there are watching music videos. So, well, it's really not surprising, right? Filipinos, we love music. We sing a lot. So there you go. 55% they watch music videos. 22% are watching sports, most likely basketball. So, and then 19% they're watching gaming videos. Okay, so just with these stats, right, you're able to infer that this is a young audience. Actually, the biggest audience in YouTube are actually aged 18 to 34 years old. So those are the biggest audiences within YouTube, right? And people actually watch long videos, long-form videos in YouTube. And then most of them watch online video towards evening. So, of course, maybe they're after work, they're just de-stressing or catching up on a show that they didn't see during the day. And 50% of Filipino consumers, they actually watch videos that are 10 minutes or longer. So this is very important when it comes to telling your story, right? Because in a regular TV ad would be what? 30 seconds, 45 seconds, 1 minute? And that's, you're very constrained to that number. But when it comes to creating content, when it comes to creating video that's made for web, that's made for YouTube, you're not limited by the length of the video. So you could tell your story, you could showcase whatever service you have, right? And 5 out of 10 watch online video content that's related to their environment, that's related to their surroundings. Filipinos are very focused, so if it's especially if it's related to you or related to your passion and interests, they're really gonna watch it. Okay? So now on to the best practices in creating made-for-web videos in YouTube. So I'm gonna give 5 specific tips on how to do this. All right, so 1 is get their attention in the first 5 seconds. That's very important. Next is take the time to tell your story. Next is create series that people will come back to. So it's not, you don't always make it a one-off video. So make sure that you have a series of content that people will actually come back to. Okay? Next is to target your specific audiences, know your audience. And then lastly, again, my favorite is always measuring. Okay? Measure and iterate. Right? So the first tip is to get the attention in 5 seconds. So there are 2 videos out here, right? So the first video on the left is the TV version, and the video on the right is the YouTube version. So let's have a look at the TV version. Okay.
2 secondes, c'est
It's
peu.
in French, by the way.
Mais cela peut
But
représenter
you'll get
beaucoup.
the idea.
Chez Quechua, 2 secondes représentent 9 années de recherche dans notre laboratoire, 2786 heures d'écoute utilisateur et 18 733 heures de recherche et développement, 6 mois d'études design et ergonomie, 315 jours de tests sous toutes les conditions climatiques. Chez Quechua, nous avons travaillé ces 2 secondes pour que vous n'en perdiez plus. Depuis, nous avons développé des séries limitées pour que vous trouviez toujours une tente pour vous. Tente de secondes à partir de 29,95 €.
All right, so obviously he's selling a tent that is very easy to that's very easy to put up, right? So that's the TV ad. So if we look at the YouTube version, just it's a very slight tweak of the ad, but you'll see the main difference in the first 5 seconds.
2 secondes suffisent pour présenter l'attente 2 secondes. Vous pouvez maintenant ignorer l'annonce ou découvrir l'histoire de ces 2 secondes sur quechua.com. 2 secondes, c'est peu, mais cela peut représenter beaucoup. Chez Quechua, 2 secondes représentent 9 années de recherche dans notre laboratoire, 2786 heures d'écoute utilisateur, 6 mois d'études design et ergonomie, 315 jours de tests sous toutes les conditions climatiques. Chez Quechua, nous avons travaillé ces 2 secondes pour que vous n'en perdiez plus. Découvrez toute l'histoire de la tente de seconde sur quechua.com.
All right. So you saw that, right? In the first 5 seconds, the main selling point of the video was already out there. So it just opens up in 2 seconds. So that's exactly what he wanted to say, right? So engage your audience in the first 5 seconds. So the next tip is, so once you've already engaged them in the 5 seconds, you can take your time and tell your story, right? So this is a story that was created to make people aware of Down syndrome, right? It's a tearjerker. I've watched this so many times, and it still gets me, right? So I'm going to share this video. So let's see.
Cara futura mamá,
Don't be afraid.
tu niño podrá hacer muchas cosas.
Podrá marchar. Podrá correr hacia ti.
Il pourra parler et te dire qu'il t'aime. Il pourra aller à l'école como todos. Il pourra t'écrire si un jour elle est loin.
Because indeed, he'll be able to travel too.
Il pourra aider son père à réparer son vélo.
Podrá laborar y ganar su dinero.
Avec son salaire, il pourra t'inviter à dîner.
O affittare un appartamento e andare a vivere da solo. A volte sarà difficile.
Quoi de possible? Est-ce pas pareil pour toutes les mères?
Dear future mom,
Tuo figlio potrà essere felice. Come lo sono io.
Et tu seras heureuse aussi.
Vero, mamma? Vero, mamma?
I had the same reaction, but yeah. Okay, so it's hashtag Dear Future Mom that they've launched. Like I said, it was an amazing video, right? It captured moms, it captured the audience. It made a lot of people share it. It also made a lot of people cry. All right, so the next tip is, so when you take your time, you can also create a series that people will come back to. Okay, so this is done by a bank in Canada. So they made a series of videos to thank their customers, their very loyal customers. So I'm not sure if you've seen this video, but this is also a little bit of a tearjerker, but I hope you enjoy it. All right, let's play.
Hello there. Hi.
Hi.
I'm here to thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Christine. Bonjour, Kevin.
bonjour.
Hi, Michael.
Hi.
I'm ATM. You know what ATM stands for?
Automated teller machine?
That is correct, normally, but today you're wrong. I'm an automated thanking machine.
Hey, look at that, buddy.
That's for you. That's on TV Canada Trust.
Thank you.
Ooh, selfie. Get my good side. There's a slot that's opening.
Oh my goodness. Never in all my life had such a beautiful surprise.
Yeah, you've been helping your daughter out, is that correct?
Yes.
We've got something for you, Christine. There's something that's about to come out there. Those are 2 piggy banks. Those are for your kids. Well, we've got a little something for you, because you're a famous customer. We know you love the Jays so much. Look on the other side of it. There's another slot. It's going to open up. On the left side there, yeah. It's going to open up.
That's awesome. She's my only daughter. She has cancer and she had an operation on Tuesday.
We wanted to thank you in a very specialized way. There's actually a card coming out for you right there. And if you look inside each piggy bank, there's a check for $1,000 to start an RESP for each of your kids. Yes.
Yeah, right.
That outfit. Well, the thanking's not done, Christy.
What?
Here's the thing. If you tell your kids, hey, here's an RESP, they'll be all, nah. But if you tell them you're taking them to a place like Disney,
No.
yes, you're taking your kids to a magical place in California, Christine.
I've never been able to take my kids anywhere. Oh.
It's wonderful that you've been with us for so long. That we got somebody who might want to talk to you for a second about that.
Oh my God.
During this time, we have come to know how giving, loving, and supportive you are, especially to your daughter in Trinidad. She's a lucky woman to be able to call you Mom.
So I just threw you a ball, but Sunday you'll be throwing me a ball.
Oh my God.
You'll be throwing out the first pitch.
That is awesome. That is awesome. I got goosebumps right now.
Actually, Dorothy, could you lean in for a second? Because I have a secret to tell you. Just lean in very close. We want you to thank her yourself. So we've got something coming out of the slot right now. Something right there for you. And those are tickets. Those are tickets to Trinidad.
Are you serious?
I am serious. You're going to go see your daughter in Trinidad.
Thanks very much.
Yeah. Oh, and thank you, Dorothy.
All right, so that's what TD Canada made, right? So it's a bank, and if you notice the video, right, they never sold any product. There was nothing there. It was just about thanking their customers. So they actually created a series of thanking videos. You can look it up in YouTube. So they have another one actually. So just search for TD Canada, right? And the next one is to target your audience. So this is pretty funny, something that was done by Burger King. So they've actually created so many videos, so many ads, and so this is how they try to execute it. So they've made it a little bit more fun. So they made it very engaging for their target audiences, right? Let's play it.
Damn bitches be on my nerves right now. I cannot even watch a simple YouTube video without these advertisements popping up.
YouTube ad. I hate these things. This guy's just trying to watch a graphic animal attack video, but no. I have to sit through an ad. Stupid, incredible deal. This guy's just trying to watch a screaming goat video, All Black highlights, watch a music video, Jimmy Fallon clip, an Anchorman 2 trailer, North Korean babies play the guitar, but no, they have to sit through an ad.
Okay, so how they did it is that they've looked at the demographics of their audiences. They've looked at what they, the frequently viewed videos, the type of videos that they had, and then they targeted those ads with, they targeted those videos with very specific ads that would show promos and deals from Burger King. So it actually had quite a lot of views. People are still searching for these ads, even in YouTube. All right. So that's about targeting your audiences. And the last tip, when it comes to creating YouTube content, is to always make sure that you measure and iterate. When I say measure and iterate, it means when you run your videos, always find out where people are dropping off, right? Where they stop watching your videos, and then you can try to tweak and make better videos the next time around. I think in one of our famous YouTube creators, I'm sure you guys know Mikey Bustos. So he is actually an advocate of tracking. So he makes it a point that he looks at his YouTube analytics, and then he studies where people drop off. He knows what his audience is like. So that's why he's able to make a lot of really good content. All right. So again, just to show the five different tips to recap. 1, make sure you get their attention within the first 5 seconds. Because if not, they're just gonna move on and watch a different video, right? Next is always make sure that you take your time to tell the story. So just like the Down syndrome video earlier, they took their time. It was a long video, but people still watched it and shared it online. So make sure that you're able to tell your story in a really creative and engaging manner. Third is to create a series for people to come back to. It's not always about having one really good video and then not following it up, right? So make a series, answer the different questions that your people, that your audiences are asking, and yeah, so always address that. Fourth is to make sure that you target your audience. So it's very important. So as I mentioned, it's very important to know who your target people are, who your target audiences are. Are they the young generation? Are they the older generation? So just so you're able to give them the best content, the most relevant content to them, right? And lastly, always make sure that you measure, and iterate. So measurement is very easy. YouTube Analytics is also free. So if you have a YouTube channel, you can easily access analytics and find out more about the things that your audiences, or those people who viewed your videos, the things that they like and what they don't really like about your video. All right? Okay, and that's it for me. Thank you.